Hello, I'm Mickey, and thanks for watching Casually Reviewed. Capping off the current phase of the MCU, Spider-Man Far From Home was released into theaters last weekend to generally favorable reviews. If you haven't seen Endgame yet, don't go watch it, and of course it goes without saying, spoilers ahead. I got the chance to see it last weekend, so let's get right into it. Far From Home picks up pretty much right where Endgame concluded. Half of the planet has blinked back into existence, only now they're missing 5 years due to their time in what the movie calls the blip. We know it as the snap, when Thanos went clickety-click and wiped out half of life in the universe. The movie starts by setting up the situation mostly from the point of view of the students at Peter Parker's high school, who now have to contend with the fact that half of their schoolmates are 5 years older than they remember. And since Peter was also blipped out of existence, he's now still a 16-year-old kid, with all the troubles that come with it. An overarching theme in the movie is exactly that. Peter doesn't exactly want to be a hero all the time. He's a kid who wants to have fun, go on school trips, and chase the girl he's interested in. Except Nick Fury has other plans for him. And although Peter finds his drive towards the latter half of the movie, he does his best to avoid being Spider-Man for as long as possible. Infinity War and Endgame are two tough acts to follow, so even though Far From Home is technically the movie that caps off this phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it has some pretty big shoes to fill. But the looming shadow of what might be the highest grossing movie of all time is ever present, just like Tony Stark's memory hangs over Peter Parker. Enter Peter's new father figure. Wrinkle-free caped and unfortunately short-lived newcomer to the MCU, Jake Gyllenhaal plays Quentin Beck, or Mysterio, a disgruntled ex-Stark employee posing as an interdimensional traveler, here to save the Earth from the same fate that the Earth in his dimension succumbed to. And as we'll see at the end of the movie, he's not the only poser here. Honestly, I find it a bit sad that Gyllenhaal's stint in the MCU probably ends with this movie, because aside from being a great actor, his chemistry with Tom Holland on screen is just superb. In his role as Mysterio, he really manages to capture the part of the trickster, and the climax between him and Spider-Man at the end was, to me, quite satisfying and even a little relatable. Without going too in-depth in the storyline, Far From Home serves as the catalyst that cements Peter Parker's involvement in the next phase of the MCU, as all his parts so far in the movies, I believe, played the role of an extended origin story and putting him through the ropes of becoming a non-reluctant superhero, comfortable in his own skin first and his suit second. The movie ends with not only Peter Parker unmasked by a post-mortem Mysterio video, but we also find out that this whole time Nick Fury was actually Talos the Skrull, and the real Fury is on a Skrull ship somewhere in space. This sets up a dozen different directions that the next phase of the MCU can go in. Far From Home is far from being the best Marvel movie or the best Spider-Man movie, I think, but it serves its purpose and it was a fun ride from start to finish. The performances of the cast are great, and the plot leaves little to be desired. I left the theater feeling satisfied about watching another Marvel movie, but I'm also ready to take a break from the MCU, as I'm sure a lot of us are. Disney has a slew of other non-Marvel movies set to release this year, including The Lion King, Ad Astra, the Maleficent and Frozen sequels, and last but not least, the final movie in the 9-part Skywalker saga, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, in December. I'm Mickey, and thanks for watching Casually Reviewed.